Hey familia, Dana Cortez here, and I'm so excited about this new segment. It's called Outer Beauty. Look, we all know that the inside, that's what counts, right? But our outward appearance also has an effect on how we feel about ourselves. Co-hosting with me, Dr. Bryant. He is a double board certified, world-renowned facial plastic surgeon. We will look at some of your favorite artists, Hollywood superstars, and breaking down the surgeries they've had and just everyday people like you and me too. The episode starts now. Back with us again, we have Dr. Bryant. There's so many. Dr. Bryant, so can I ask you a question real quick about this double board certification? What does that mean? What does that mean?
Board certification is a process you go through after you do all your schooling. You kind of take the final test and you sit in front of a group of your peers. And after you've passed all the written exams, you go through a whole gauntlet of other physicians, and they ask you questions about difficult cases and about the cases that you've already done, and make sure that you're able to kind of handle all the complexities and not just the easy parts of your job. And then you get that the final stamp of approval after that. So
20 million years of school isn't enough.
Right.
Then you got to take another test.
Yeah, there's no end to it. And so I did then the double board certified. I'm board certified in head and neck surgery of all types, including facial plastic surgery. And then I did additional training and another test just in facial plastic surgery specifically. So there's 2 board certifications for that for me.
Well, I'm glad you explained all that, because this patient of yours that we're going to talk about, let me tell you something. Her first picture, beautiful, but she looks a little tired. As we all do. You know, you get a little tired. And the thing about being tired is that, man or woman, it ages you. People start asking you, are you sick? What's wrong with you? You know, and you're like, no, but it's not. It's like this heaviness right here. What's going on with her? And what did you do to her to change this whole appearance? She looks like a different person in the after.
Yeah, for sure. So one of the things I really like, kind of a stigma about plastic surgery, is everyone's like, oh, I don't want to have any surgery, because you can always tell when they had it done. And as you can see with this patient, no, you can tell when people that have had bad surgery have had it done. But good plastic surgery are the people where you're like, what is their secret? They look so rested and so natural. Because you can get a more natural result than non-surgical treatments a lot of the time. And so we like to say that our treatments are natural and dramatic. So nobody likes to throw down with recovery and invest in a procedure where you don't know anything changed. So you want a result, but you want to look like yourself. You don't want to lose your facial identity. You just want to peel 10 or 20 years off and still look like you. So
this woman looks 20 years younger, arguably 20 years younger.
Yeah.
What goes into doing that to her? What did you do? What is it called?
Yeah. So all she had done was lower eyelid surgery. So eyes are one of the first places that aging shows up. And it's also kind of one of the only parts of our face that people have been seeing for the last year or two. And there's a lot of different eyelid surgery techniques, but what I did for her is fill in some of the hollowing underneath her eyes with some of that excess fat. So that's called fat transposition. And that's a really important point, because some people will just take out all of that fat, and then you look like skeletonized and old and kind of, and it doesn't look natural. And then other people will take it out and they'll put body fat in from like your abdomen or your thighs, but that tends to be less consistent and doesn't necessarily look as natural and acts like belly fat on your face. So it can have its own complications.
We don't need a muffin top on our face. Nobody wants that.
Nobody wants a beer belly on their eyelids.
No, sure. Like, why would you do that?
Yeah.
If I've already got fat here, put it back where it's supposed to be instead of where it's gone. It's
exactly. So we do a customized sculpting and recontouring there. We fill in the hollows and kind of gently take down and soften those eye bags that everybody hates, and then get rid of a little bit of the extra skin at the same time.
Well, it made me think about, like, even kids, right? When you're little, even when you're tired, when you're a child, you get those bags. So as you get older, come on. It's like cream only goes so far. Is this something that men come to you for? You know, it's already difficult for women to, it's difficult enough for us women to talk about what we're doing and what we've done. But I know more and more
Yeah.
men are looking at surgery. Is this a very popular surgery amongst your male clientele?
Absolutely. It's definitely that and the neck are kind of the two things that tend to bother men the most. And one of the male populations we see is a lot of like the CEOs who have been like looking good on top of their game, run the whole business, and now all of a sudden, you know, they've been around for a while, and there's like some young guys that are starting to make their
Yeah.
mark, and they're like, "Oh no, I'm not going to be the old dude in the office." And so they'll come in for sure.
And they got the money to pay for it too. Let's be
Yeah.
real. Okay. They got the money. Okay. Next question. I think this is really important. I always get a lot of direct messages about recovery time because man
Hmm.
or woman, we're working. You know,
Yep.
we gotta go to work. And also visible scars. Is every gonna people gonna be
Yeah.
able to tell that I had this secret surgery?
Yep. Yeah. So generally with lower eyelid surgery, if you're just doing a little tweak or kind of a pinch of extra skin, it's maybe a week downtime or so. For someone like this that had that kind of recontouring, kind of customized lower eyelid, it's maybe 10 to 14 days for most people before you can do whatever you want. But after a week, you're going to be doing pretty good. Um, and most of the time when you're done healing, you really can't see the scars at all, like you can see in that picture. So I always tell people before surgery, their biggest worry is, oh, you're going to see a scar. Is it going to be obvious? And then afterwards, it's like, can I work out yet? Like, I'm getting bored.
Because
Like,
they're ready. They're like, look, I look
yeah,
good. I want to feel good too.
yep, yeah. So it's really not as big of a concern as people think.
Well, I think she looks beautiful. I think you're just amazing. It's like an art. I believe it's kind of like an art
Yeah,
form. You know, it's not just because I know you can go to any doctor for surgery, right? Which is crazy to me. That
yep.
doc. So make sure you look for a board certified surgeon. And Dr. Bryant, you're just absolutely amazing. So thank you for taking the time to explain what this woman did to turn back the clock. I think 20 years.
Hey, no problem. My pleasure. Thank you.